To round number 9 for Tier 2 today. We are racing around Qatar. Just going to run through your championship standings for today. So there is your top 10 in the drivers. So we got Ski, the championship leader, by a considerable margin on Hilly. Of course, Hilly P2, Albon P3, Sam P4, Matt P5, Jonathan P6, Mitchell P7, Ninjas P8, Ev in P9, and then Viking in 10th. So look towards the bottom half. The HA Father with 110 points, Gert in the Haas in P12, then we've got Thomas in 13th, Billy 14th, Frosty in P15, Shaggy P16, and we've got Lily P17, Dad's Still Humour P18, and then Willow and Sean rounding out our top 20 as we look towards the constructors. There we are. So we've got Sauber leading the way on 575 points, very far ahead of Alpine, who are in P2. Then we've got McLaren just ahead of Mercedes, also just ahead of Aston Martin. This is quite a close little battle for P3 in the constructors there. Then we got the Racing Bulls in P6, about 11 points ahead of the Williams in P7. 16 points back we have Red Bull, and then Haas in P9, and then Ferrari in P10. So that is your championship stand. Let's have a look at the calendar. So as you can see, we are about a week behind on the Tier 2 season. So this is Friday the 13th of March, so we are doing Qatar. It is the last normal race of the season. Next week is Hungary with a wild card, and then the season finale of Abu Dhabi with a sprint. So thank you for joining us in the championship standings. I'm going to switch over to the game, so bear with for a few minutes. So here we go. As always, we will hop on with I can't speak. Hop on board with the first driver out, as always. Here are a few cars getting revved up in the garages. Got a few cars coming out. Looks like a Mercedes and a mine. It's a V car. I think it could be Jonathan out first. Oh no, it's a Williams, I think. It is Mr. Albon. Over under the amount of pens. Oh, I tell you what, I think we're going to get less. Not by many, but I think there will be a little bit less. Of course, a very demanding track due to tyre wear in the race. Track limits causes a big problem as well for most of the drivers. You can see Albon have already invalidated his outlap. You can just see how tough the track limits is. We're on the circuit as he rounds the flat out left hand of turn 15. And round the final turn we go for the Williams to start his lap. Full throttle DRS and overtake activated as he sticks to the left. Going into turn 1, stays nice and left on the entry. Flings it in, gets the apex. Quite a very nice exit. Going into turn 2, quite a long sweeping left-hander into a very sudden right. He sets himself up to go into the double apex of turn 4s and 5. Nice lap so far from Albon over into turn 6, the heaviest braking zone on the whole track. Very good overtaking spot if you can get a good run. Through turn 7, one of the more difficult corners on this track. Quite difficult to get it right. Through turns 9 and 10, quite a high-speed chicane-like corner. As we head towards the triple apex of turns 12, 13 and 14. Oh, as you can see, just ran a little bit wide, but does keep within the limits. Through, as I said, the flat-out left-hander of turn 15. Very easy to invalidate on the right-hand side. Gets through nicely. Through the final turn goes the Williams. It's been a very neat lap so far. Let's see what lap time we get as the benchmark. A 22.5 is a very, very nice lap to start us off. We've got a Sauber Jonathan who goes P2 with a 22.8. See, we've got any more cars coming through. Oh my word. Got some racing going on in the final corner. That is Gert and a V car. I'm not too sure who that is. I think it could be Jeff. Yeah, it is Jeff. Who sets a 26.3. Oh my word! And we've got a car in the barrier and also a Haas without a front wing. It is Lily. Oh my word. That's not what you want to see in qualifying whatsoever. I think it is, yeah, it is Lily. Oh dear. Looks like Lily was getting out of the way. Gert just smashed into the back of her. That's not what you want to see. Lily gets out of the way. Lily still very lucky to be in the race. Yeah, that's not great. As Albon gets disqualified for driving the wrong way, so he's going to start at the back. Missed that Hilly sets a 22 flat, 6/10 quicker than anybody else. It's got Mikey. Oh, Greg has retired. Here comes Mikey to the line, puts in P4 with a very nice 22.9. Not too sure what happened with Albon lovers. Thomas goes P2. Sets up a very nice start for both Sauber cars. P2 and 4. F boxes must have invalidated on his lap. Jeff has invalidated, I think. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not great, Albon lover. Unlucky. Jeff is on the lap. Going through turn 14. He's about a second up, so this will be quite competitive, I would have thought. To the line now for the V-Carb. Sticks in P6 with the 23 flat. Still about a second back off our provisional pole sitter currently. Also, Tier 1 full-time driver now. After the pole. Just reserving tonight. Gav is coming up pits. Yeah, we'll get on board with Tractor as he gears up for another lap. There first. Tractor in, reserving in the Mercedes. Hello, Expo. It's an interesting way to introduce yourself, but. Billy! Long time no see. Here comes Tractor, who rounds the final turn. Gearing up for his hot lap. Currently sat in P3 with a 22.6. See if he can make any improvements. About 10 minutes to go in the session. So we'll see a few drivers on a few lap times. In through turn 1 we go. This Hilly improves by 0.3 of a second to 21.7. That is a brilliant lap from the McLaren. Definitely in contention for that pole position. So let's have a look at Tractor's first sector time. He is nearly 2/10 up. He sets a purple first sector as well. That's a good start for the Merc driver. Through turns 7, 8 and 9. Oh, gets on that curve, as you can see his car just bounce up in the air slightly. Through turn 9 and 10. The little left-hand king, as you can see, is turn 11. Going through the triple apexes now. All flat out. It's very tidy from LX Tractor. Oh, he just runs a little bit wide, just keeping him in the track limit, so we did lose the rear. We've lost him a little bit of time as he rounds the final corner. As he does improve to a 22 flat, he improves by half a second on his first hot lap, so competitive time from the man himself. Let's start the lap. Yeah, we're getting bored with Ev in the Mercedes. Quite a strong partnership with Tractor and Ev in the Mercedes today. Team in need of points as well. And they could be delivered by these two. Going through turn 6. Very heavy braking zone. Easy to lock up on the front as well. Got to be mindful of that. As the car in front gets out the way. I think that could have been his teammate actually, Tractor. Through turn 15 we go. As you can see, saving a bit of battery through there. So we can burn it towards the line. Here comes the Mercedes on his first lap. Also invalidated his starting lap. As he goes top with a 21.6. Brilliant lap from Ev. So that does put the Mercs P1 and P3. I did not expect that whatsoever. That is a great lap from the American. His Time Lord is starting his lap. Going through turns 4 and 5. Oh, as he goes off track and invalidates again. The Red Bull struggling so far in qualifying. Corrupt is up about second on his lap in the nice Japanese Haas car. Reserving, of course, for Dad's style of humour. Just goes around the final turn. See where this puts the Haas. Puts him up to P11 with a 23.5. Blondie just starting his lap. Mikey going slow. Thomas is 3.5 tenths up. Sauber looking for a good finish here. So he rounds the final turn. Could have used a bit more track. Just set himself up for a better exit, and he does improve by 0.3, but does stay in P4. As Jeff is also 0.3 up mine. Don't count this guy out. He's got some pace on him. Reserving in the V carb today. See the final turn we go with the Racing Bull. Oh shoot, He lost the rear quite a lot on that corner. Crosses the line, slight improvement, does keep him P7 though. Pushes him onto the back of Mikey. I think Cook improved as well. Look back towards Hilly, who was on a lap. 1.5 tenths up. Oh, he's invalidated. He has indeed invalidated his lap. Mikey just under a tenth up. Let's see if he can improve in the Alpine. About 4.5 minutes left of this session. So we will see drivers start to come at the pits as we prepare for everyone's final flying lap. As he boxes, he must have had a big improvement there. Are you doing that in a time trial, Jack? Any chance? Blondie's invalidated. Lily is 3.5 tenths up. Let's get on board with the Williams of Lily. Alright. I'm sure under pressure. I'm going to send you a setup. Right. It's quite a big request, that, you know. Get one of my setups. Ask Joe. How about you ask Joe? Lily to the line. Big improvement, but does keep it down at P15, unfortunately. See, begging the commentator for a setup. It's probably not the best of ideas, considering I am just sat in the comments box. I ain't a racer. You're asking me. Exactly. I'll give him a full wet F2 setup. So you need to run 50-50 wings. So, just under 2 tenths up. As you can see, 3 drivers separated by about half a tenth down in P8, 9 and 10. Blondie, Ski and Sirth. Fair enough. I do use my race setup in quite a time trial, to be fair. Thanks for letting me know. I'll be doing that again. Oh, Seth, half a second up. Near enough. Oh my word, that was a big loss of traction, and he does back out. Yeah, you're pretty quick around here, Album. It's unfortunate. I think you'll have some good race pace though. Oh, Ski jumps up to P3. 21.9, I've just missed that. Championship leader with a solid qualifying there. See if he can keep it. Sirth has indeed retired in the pits. That's him finished. Right, so we do have the top 2 on outlaps. I think Ski could be gearing up for another one, I'm not so sure. Here comes Ev, starting his final flying lap. Currently sat on a 21.6 in provisional pole position. As he rounds turn 6. Just down on his time. F hoping for some improvements as he tries to cover off the rapid man himself, Hilly. Go Gav. Go Gav indeed. Oh, Ev's invalidated, I didn't see that. You know what, just for Jack. Go on, Gav. Go for it, Gav. In the beautiful Ferrari. Come on, Gav. See what his first sector time is. See, that's more like it. 10.5 up. I'm going to hop on board with Hilly though. In the first sector. See what sort of times he's setting here. get our first onboard of the day. Oh, nearly 2/10 up. Hilly on the charge. Yeah, purple sector 1. He flings it through turn 10. Look at that. Purple middle sector as well. He is on an absolute charge for pole once again here. So great watching Hilly on board. How much he just sends it. Johnson goes up to P4 with a 22 flat. That is his qualifying over. As Tracker jumps up to P3, let's see where this puts Hilly. Across the line, and it is pole position with a 21.1. Brilliant lap time. His Time Lord is only able to set a 125 flat, and he is retired down in P17 in the Red Bull. Thomas, our final run. Oh, he's invalidated. It would have been a 22-1. That's 21-8 as well. That would have put him in P4, sorry. He'd be kicking himself with that after invalidating the final turn. Hilly once again lines up on pole position by about half a second on P2. He's a very quick driver indeed. There is your quali positions. Just scroll down the bottom. Also, Gert does have that 5-place group pen, so that will drop him to P17. Hello, Declan Rice. So you can see half a second the gap between first and second. Mercedes lining up in P2 and P3. Both of them will be looking to charge after our pole sitter in turn 1. Battles throughout as we go to 5 red lights for round 9 in Qatar. It is lights on. We are underway. It's a great start for Hilly. Out in front, he does have a little bit of wheel spin and will be vulnerable towards both Mercedes cars. You can see Ev on the inside going into turn 1. Tractor looks for the middle. If he can go for the gap. Ev does get the place, but Hilly is around the outside. Hilly has the inside for turn 2 and does get the place. Ev goes for the outside line though. Switches to the inside and does get the place. So Ev takes the lead. As you can see, Tractor also alongside Hilly going into turn 4. And Hilly has to back out, so it's now a Mercedes 1-2, and Ski's also got through as well. A very slow start for Hilly. Ev also on the hards. So you can see Jonathan right on the back. We've got a few cars off behind. Got looked like a McLaren towards the rear of the pack. I think it's Blondie. Fiery start and look for the Mercedes trying to build a gap to Ski. That was a great start from both of them as they look to push on and get a little 1-2 in this race. You can see Ski's already dropped about a second back. Hilly and Jonathan right on his rear. Albon all the way up to 8th position. What a start from the Williams, who started back of the pack. Oh, Jonathan went for it on Hilly in the final corner. He's got the move done. Jonathan up at a P4, chasing on to the back of Ski. Here comes Albon on the charge on Sirth, who's also on the hard, so this probably will be a very simple move for the Williams. He's going to look for the inside, just avoids contact. Does have the outside for turn 2 and the extra grip. But Sirth has to back out. Albon have opened a P7, great start from him. On a very aggressive strategy, of course, on the softs, but he's been able to gain 13 places off his start, so I don't think you'll mind that. Yeah, looks like we've got a gap forming between P2 and P3. Just over a second. Now the DRS is active, the Alpine of Ski will be very vulnerable to Jonathan and Hilly now. Also Thomas, bit of charge on Williams in there. Got a bit of a gap between P8 and 9 as well. Corrupt just dropping back off the Red Bull just slightly now. Yeah, Time Lord's having a bit of a tough time. He might have got caught up in an incident start There was a bit of a kerfuffle, yellow flag. I think it could have been the Red Bull. His teammate just pulling away from Corrupt as well, just slightly. Look towards... Ooh, Ski does have DRS on this one. So he does hang on to both Mercedes cars. Zev moves to the inside to try and break the toe on his teammate. Tractor, can he look for the lead here? He's definitely not going to get close enough. Hilly right in the back of Jonathan, as you can see. Oh, it's Corrupt, look for the inside. And Seth's just covered him off. We've got to move Jeff around the outside of Gav through turn 1. It's a great move from my name is Jeff in the V car. He gets ahead of the Ferrari, up into P11 on the hards. Jonathan still on the back of Ski. Could be looking for a move soon, going through turn 6. On this lap, Ski just about 8 tenths behind Tractor. So the Mercedes running a very, very nice race so far, keeping that little train of cars at bay. We've got a yellow flag, and I think that could be Gert who's round, and he is. Gert is in the gravel. He's spun on the exit of turn 6. He's going to drop to the rear of the pack. Gap 1 second between Ski and Tractor. Let's see how this gap adjusts itself for the detection point. It was just after this corner, so I don't think he will have DRS. So he's very exposed to the kick Sauber now of Jonathan. Now, first penalty of the day, first of many I should say, goes to the Haas of Corrupt in P9. Here comes Jonathan. Can he get a good enough run? And Corrupt has dropped all the way back. I think he's spun at the final turn actually. He's gone very slowly. Back head. Ooh, he got it moved. Blondie on the inside of Gav. Going into turn 1, bit of contact. And Matt does go off the road, I think. He just gets pushed wide. You just have to sit behind Gav. He does have the outside line for turn 2. Is he going to go for it? Not quite. It's Matt getting caught up there with Gav and Blondie. Matt could have a nice run into turn 4. Not quite. In the process, Seth gets up to P8 with Mikey. Jonathan didn't really have enough pull to get himself in overtaking distance of the Alpine of Ski. Of course, championship leader by about 60 odd points now. So he's over a whole race win ahead of P2. So he's looking dead set for this championship. Don't want to commentators curse him, but definitely in the driver's seat. Ski is now caught at the back of Tractor, about 8 tenths, so he will have DRS on this lap, so that will make Jonathan's task a lot more difficult going through the final turn. On to lap 5 out of 29. As Time Lord gets a penalty for track limits. Here comes Jonathan, not quite. Tractor just sits behind his teammate. It's the right thing to do, Steve. Get patient. I think Ev will start to pull away as the laps tick over. Obviously on the hards, they will get better towards the end. As Matt Maddox gets a move done on Gav into turn 1, round the outside, sweeps back onto the racing line, and does get the place. Matt Maddox up to P12. Corrupt on the back of the HA Father and Gav as well. After his little skirmish at the final turn. 2 laps ago. Oh, he's right in the back of them, both Ferraris now. They have a little bit of front wing damage maybe. Oh, as he locks the rears and nearly hits the back of the HA4. That was a bit of a hairy moment for the Haas. His teammate now in the pits as well. Gert down in P19. Onto the new fresh set of hard tyres. Definitely a 2-stop there. So you've got to train all the way from P1 all the way down to P7 now. Albon of his tyres will start to burn up. He'll definitely start struggling in the next few laps. Oh, as Jonathan gets the first penalty in that top 10 track limits. So that's not going to benefit him whatsoever. I did say Tractor would be a little bit exposed when Ev pulls away, and it seems this way. About a second now, the gap. Tractor doesn't still have DRS, but he's just hung on. Ev maybe wants to slow up a little bit and benefit his teammate here. He'll be very exposed to these few cars behind within the next few laps, I would have thought. Ev has definitely just slowed up a little bit to get Tractor back on his DRS ranges. Gav goes for a move on Matt Maddox. This is a great battle for B12 brewing now. Gav and Matt having a scrap, both I think are racing in Tier 1 later. Was HJ Father goes wide and that will leave him exposed to Corrupt behind. They run into turn 4 on the outside. Going through turn 4, sweeps across the race behind and does get the move done. Corrupt up into P14. Oh, as he loses the rear! And he spins off into the gravel. All of his progress has been slashed. Lily also gets the place. Albanova gets a 3 seconds for track limits in P7. Let's have a look at position changes from the start of this race. You can see Albanova up 12 places. What a start on the soft tyres he's had. Blondie down 4 from the start. Corrupt down 5, of course, after his couple spins. Hilly dropping from pole position all the way down to P5. So he's looking for a bit of redemption, I'm sure. Oh. So Ev pulls to the inside line. We do have a yellow flag for, I think, Greg Campbell in Sector 2. In fact, it does have a little run on his teammate. Oh, Ski is now exposed. I don't think Ski got DRS. Oh, as Hilly looks to the inside on Jonathan, but thinks better of it. We just have a good run into turn 2, though. Here comes Hilly on the outside. Just backs out of it. Might have a good run. Going into turn 4, though, as he cuts across the curb. Jonathan just saving battery. He just comes to the inside, but Hilly has the inside line for turn 4. Jonathan breaks a lot later and keeps ahead of the McLaren. That was a very aggressive late break and move from Jonathan, but he does benefit off it. Matt Maddox and Gav still close. 12th second in that one. Lap 7 out of 29, so we've got 22 laps to go in this one. I'd expect pit stops to start happening around lap 10 for those on mediums. Lap 10 all the way through, like lap 4, lap 13-ish. I think if you do make it to lap 12 or 13, I think a one-stop is definitely possible. I think we saw in the Alt Division race, there was someone, I think Ev, stayed out until lap 14 on the mediums. And pulled off a one-stop there, so definitely is a one-stop one for a few people. Albanova's probably going to pit soon. Yeah. Oh, there's a penalty for Tractor on the final turn. Oh, he will have a good run on his teammate though. He does have no battery, but neither does Ev. And here comes Tractor now for the lead of this race. Albanov does pit, as you said, Jack. Hilly gets the move done with Jonathan. So Tractor now up in a P1 with a penalty, of course. Was Matt Maddox and Gav Cooks going into turn 1 once again. Gav, I think, made a move down the inside and does get back up in a P11 now. Of course, with Albanova pitting, so this is a great battle between Ferrari and V-Corp. Gav just saving his battery a little bit. Going into turn 4, Gav does cut across, but does keep the place. Some good battling going on between these two. Let's hope we see this in Tier 1 later. Both drivers on the hard, so looking to go a bit longer in this race. As Jonathan is starting to drop back off of this lead pack after he lost the place to Hilly. Maybe his tyres just starting to burn up quite early on here. On lap 8 of this race. See if Tractor can extend that gap. I think he is pretty exposed to his teammate now though. Gap about half a second. Ski does just get DRS on this lap. Oh! Is that really slowed down there? Not sure what happened, he must have lost the rear or something. But here comes Ski. Oh, Ev left the session. No. I'm going to revive, but I want to see what happens here. So Ski does get P2. Right, let's get him back in. Oh. Have I got him on it? I did. Oh, Hilly has a good run in turn 4 on Ski. So Ski's had a brilliant start. So unfortunate for the Mercedes there. Tractor now really exposed to these behind. Let's see if he can build a gap now. Jonathan gets a move done on. It goes to an AI car of Ev. He's going to drop all the way back down as Jonathan goes wide here. Oh, as he cuts back across his teammate, loses the rear. A little bit of a time loss for his teammate as well. bit unsettled. Is the Salva out in front there? In P4. Yeah, Gert's down in P19. Has joined the session. So we can get back up to speed pretty quickly here. Looks like Tractor is out of DRS now. Of Ski, who's going to be very exposed to Hilly behind. So you can see Tractor moves all the way at the inside to avoid giving people a slipstream. Still, he does not really have enough pull on the straight to get close enough to Ski. Here comes Thomas on his teammate, down the inside into turn 1. Some good respectful room left by both teammates. And Jonathan does keep the place on the outside line. Thomas just has to sit back for now. Gav right in the back of Big Blondie now. Going through turns 1 and 2. Look back towards the battle between the two teammates. Battle for P4. Thomas all over the back of Jonathan now. Got 2 tenths between Hilly and Ski. This is getting very close. Going through turn 7. Gak out front about a second and a half. Gak building the gap now. I'm sure Hilly is going to have a very easy pass on the straight. Oh, Ski's cuts across the track. Oh, I thought he got a penalty for speeding there, but it was Gav's track limit penalty. Ski does box on lap 10 as he now move on to lap 11 of this race. Ev is back in the session and is all over the back of Jonathan. His tyres will be so much better now. Thomas Gangas also pits. Corrupt gets a 3 seconds for track limits. Let's have a quick gaze at the penalties. Corrupt on 6 seconds. Time load on 9 seconds, all the way down in P17. Blondie also pits. Albon has jumped Thomas in the pits. Nice undercut from the Williams, who will probably be on a 2-stop strategy though. Of course, start on soft tyres in this one. Oh, Greg and Time Lord going very close on the straight. Time Lord moves up into P17. Greg getting his hands dirty, getting some racing in. Ooh, it's Time Lord. A big snap on the exit of turn 1. Greg is really gunning P16 now. As Albon gets a 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Tractor moves to the inside line. Hilly has gained a considerable amount of time on that final lap. And here goes Hilly into turn 1. Has the outside line. Tractor does not want to give it up on the inside. He's going to have to concede as Hilly takes the lead of this race on 11 lap old medium tyres. Oh, his Tractor runs wide as well. That tyre weight just getting to the Mercedes. But also right on the back of Jonathan, who's still yet to pit in this one. Onto lap 12, Mikey does come into the pits in the Alpine. Onto hards, probably to the end now. About 17 laps on them. HA Father just on the back of Corrupt. Down in P10. Still got a battle between Evan and Jonathan. Ski has also joined this battle for P9. This is not going to help him as he tries to undercut those out in front. As he caught the rear of a few cars. Albon over in there as well. Gonna watch this battle for P3 as Ev goes around the final corner. Hilly and Tractor and also Jonathan all come into the pits after 11 laps on their mediums. So Ev will now be our new race leader. Let's have a look at this battle. Let's see if Ski... Oh, as he runs wide. Albon just in behind as well. So Jeff also staying out, so is Matt. Oh, look at this run that Ski's got. Holds the outside line all the way through and gets the pass. Can Albon go through it as well? Round the outside. Oh, that's going to get close. Tractor on exit. Has to go off the track on the inside. There were 3 wide going into turn 1 there. Tractor on the cold, fresh hard tyres. Oh, his tractor's been hit by the HA father and spins round. That's a bit of a half spin. Loses him a heap of time. As Ski gets a move done on Corrupt up in a P7. Don't think Tractor will be best pleased. Oh my word. As Corrupt nearly slams into the back of Ski as well, who's now side by side. Oh, I think that's Corrupt. Albon, sorry. Albon does get through in a P8. Tractor on the back of the HA father who goes off and lets him past. After their bit of contact. As Thomas is also involved in this little battle for P9. Here comes Thomas. Will Corrupt have DRS? I'm not too sure. He does. It's going to be a drag race all the way down to turn 1. Thomas is probably going to go for it down the inside. Corrupt leaves enough space on the inside line and Thomas gets the move done. Up into P9 goes the Sauber as Lily boxes. Yeah, Lily's dragged them mediums 12 laps. 13 basically, actually. Good stint from the Williams. As Ski is now on the back of F1 Gav. Right idle. Ski's all over the back of the Ferrari now. Looking to get the move done. Everyone's idle. Oh, so here comes Ski with a run into turn 12 now on the inside. Gav leaves enough space on the inside. That's a brilliant move from Ski now. Moves up in a P6. Hilly is also right in the back of Matt. Oh, he has an outside line going into the final corner. Matt leaves enough space. A great move from Hilly. Round the outside at the final corner. Incredible stuff. And Ski has a run on Matt, who does not have DRS. Down the inside into the first corner. And he gets the pass. Ski now up in a P5. On the charger, see if he can get on the back of Hilly soon. Gap about 1.2 seconds. Albon Lover is now caught F1 Gav and Matt. About half a second in that battle. Thomas has also joined the fray. Oh, has he got a spin? I think Jonathan had an oopsie there. Oh, his tractor gets a penalty. So it's the HA father. Ooh. Albon Lover does get past Gav. An oopsie? What's wrong with an oopsie? Hey. So here goes Thomas. Does he have the outside line for turn 15? Oh, as he just hits the rear of Gav, who's unsettled. He does have the outside line. What a move from Tractor! Threads the needles through the gap. Tractor now open a P8. Thomas does go off the track on the outside of Gav. They both get the move done. Tractor does have DRS. I don't think Gav does. So Tractor with a lovely double pass going into the final corner. Albon Lover gets ahead of Matt in a P6. Mikey gets ahead of Corrupt, who comes into the pits. 13 laps to go on this one. There goes Matt. Gav gets a 3 seconds. Oh, the race leader Ev is now into the pits. That leaves himself about 12 laps on mediums, which is definitely doable. It's going to be tough though. Tilly will go through. Seth also comes into the pits. So does Jeff, so this looks like the pit window for them hard runners. So we'll see probably Gav and Matt come in as well, along with the HA father and Greg. Oh. So Hilly does take the lead. 4 seconds the gap between him and Ski now. Hilly is absolutely on the charge once again. Our pole sitter, who dropped all the way to P5, it's just got so much pace. The rest of the grid, no match. See how Ev does on fresh tyres though. 2.5 seconds back off Thomas. 6 lap fresher tyres than the Sauber. So, did Ev go from hards to hards? Oh no way. Ev with a strategy blunder. He's got to pit again. He probably just wait until the last few laps and box for softs. He should try and make up as much time as he possibly can on these. That is unfortunate for the American Merc driver. Tracked it on the back of Albon. Gonna let this run and I just need to disappear for like 3 laps or so. I'll not be long. I'm back. Have I missed anything? Looks like the gap out front is now 8.8 seconds, which is just huge. I've now opened a P5. Doesn't look like I've missed anything. My album lever boxed. Skirt boxes down in P17. Looks like tractor is on the back of ski. Ooh, he's got a yellow flag. Oh dear. Greg and Time Lord off the track. Not too sure what's happened there. There's been a bit of contact between them. Oh, here comes tractor on the inside of ski, going into turn 1. Side by side we go. Ski does have the inside line into turn 2 though. Let's see who comes out on top. Bit of squeezing. Oh, some good racing going on though. Tractor goes a little bit wide. Ski with the outside line for turn 4. Let's see if he can keep it alongside Tractor, as he's going to go for it around the outside. Has to back out though. Tractor does get the move up to P2. This one is definitely not over though. Tractor definitely on the fresher compound. No, fresher tyres I should say. As the gap out front is now 10.5 seconds. Oh, someone's in the wall. I think that's Time Lord. It is Time Lord in the gravel. But ideal. It's had quite a tough one today. That'll definitely not over between Ski, our championship leader, currently running P3, and Tractor, who's also got 6 seconds of the penalties, I believe. Have a quick look, yeah, 6 seconds for him. Alvin Lover and Blondie on 9 seconds. HA Father on 9 as well. Time Lord is in the gravel again. Let's hope he just tries in the pits and hopefully there's no safety car here. Have a little go. If he locks up again. And he's just driving into the wall. Come on, don't make a safety car. Don't do it, he's trying to crash. Here he goes, and he's crashed. Safety car it is. Brilliant. Yep. There's no getting out of that one. It's on screen. Dear me. Ellie will be absolutely gutted with that. Yep. Dear me. Hilly with a 15-second lead. That was Time Lord driving into the wall. Shaggy. So that was. Oh, wait, you want to see? I think. To be fair, Madge, it has been a very clean race. It's been a brilliant race, actually. Hilly will now come into the pits. He does have a free pit stop on the softs, but it does leave him exposed to the car game. Not ideal whatsoever. It's not what you want to see in a league race, but stuff happens. Such a stupid action! Yeah, most likely, Joe. Yeah, George. Ooh, I said it. Billy. We should not be commenting on intentional crashing after what happened in Tier 1 last week. He's gone. Do you think he's dead? Wait, Hilly's out the box for New Hollands. And Evers stayed off a track position. This is going to be very interesting. 6 laps to go. Jonathan stayed out as well. How can we prove that though? You know what you should do, Billy? You should like record the race from your phone, so then we can see that your screen freezes. So we'll take control of the race start, or the restart, sorry, not the race start. We'll have at least another lap or two to let the field catch up. Safety car around Qatar is not normally what you want to see, but well, not normally what you see, never mind what you want to see. Especially when something like that happens. But we move on. We have a very interesting finish to this race now. Obviously, those with time penalties are going to get shafted in some way. That's the problem with late safety cars at a track like this. When everyone's got track level penalties, it just becomes a bit of a mess. The old saying of safety cars create more safety cars. That's how people can keep it clean with the last 5 laps to go now. Oh no, everyone just calls him by his government name. Brilliant. It's got a few soft runners in Seth, Albanova, HA Father, Lily and Gert. I think Gert and Greg are both lapped. I'm assuming the safety car will be in this lap to give us around 4 or 5 laps of racing. A few cars yet to catch up, which is unfortunate, but stuff happens. I think we are going to get another lap actually. Yeah, we are. Another lap under the safety car, then it will probably come in. We've got Billy telling people to grow up. Come on. Yeah, that's all, mate. Just the time penalties is not ideal, but definitely got the pace. Oh, Ev goes off track. Luckily, Hilly didn't just overtake him there. Have a look at the penalties situation. Yeah. So Blondie corrupt, HA Father, Albon Lover. They're not going to benefit off the safety car. Tractor as well with 6 seconds, not ideal. Gav as well. Safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Ev will take us through the restart procedure. The restart procedure? I keep saying race start. Ev will back up the pack. We get ready for the safety car restart. And he goes nice and early, Ev, and does create a goal. There's a spin! Tractor and Jonathan. Jonathan drops out the final corner and takes Tractor with him. Oh no! Tractor will be absolutely fuming with that one. Yeah. That's unfortunate for Tractor. He was just an absolute passenger in that one. Sirth gets up in a P6. He's run a brilliant race. Tractor retires on the pits, unfortunately for him. After that incident with Jonathan. Hilly on the back of Ev. Ski, if he wants to get this race win, really needs to get on the back of these and get a move done. Yeah, might have. Still 3 laps to go. Hilly right on the back of Ev, who's still on 9-lap-old hard tyres. Surf now on the back of Jeff going through turn 15. Oh, as he runs wide and through goes Albon over, I'm pretty sure. Does have the outside line for the last corner. I think Surf will cut across and prevent that move from happening. Surf does cut the corner. Here comes Hilly. Can he get a move done on the Mercedes of Ev? His teammate now, of course, out the race. You're looking for a bit of a switchback. I'll get it off though. Surfer's ran a brilliant race. Let's see where he's started. Yeah, let's see, 3 places up. Oh, so he made a move on Ev. Just missed it into turn 4. Hilly is dead set to win this one once again. See if he can build that gap and break DRS on P2. Oh. As Albon over and Jeff are getting close. Battle for P5. Albon over does get the place because his time penalties will drop him a little bit. But on track. He's on course for a P5 finish on softs. Surf now right all over the back of James, going at Jeff, sorry, going at turn 12. He can't really overtake through here, or as he goes wide again. Matt too far behind to make a move. Surf, all Surf needs to do is just avoid a penalty. As Ev gets another one. Oh no. Ev has just hung on at the back of Hilly there. Does have DRS, but look at Ski. See if Ski can go for a move. Just break late to turn 1, but can't get a move going. And see, here comes Mikey. Down the inside of Matt into turn 1. Runs a little bit deep. Oh, we're going to get close into turn 2 as well. Side by side we go. Mikey with the outside line on Matt, and he gets the place. Lovely move from Mikey up in a P8 now. Can he chase up to the back? He does have a little bit of front wing damage actually on that Alpine. Matt runs wide. Oh, as Matt runs wide again. Brakes way too late for that one. Missed his braking point, and now Gav just overtook Corrupt. Blondie on the back of Matt. Gav runs wide. This is going to leave him exposed to Corrupt behind. As Blondie goes for a lovely move on Matt. Oh, is he going to get close? A little bit of contact, but Blondie does get through into P9. Surf all over the back of Jeff. Can he get a little move done through these flat out right hand corners? Or as he goes deep again at that corner. That corner not being his best friend. As we move on to the final lap of the race. Hilly with a big gap. As Ev pits. Don't know why Ev's pitted for. He's pitted onto Sauce, but he doesn't have enough time to get a fastest lap. I'm not too sure why I've done that. Sirth gets a move done on Jeff into turn 1. Now race leader Hilly going on. He's on track for another impressive victory here around Lusail. Gap behind the Ski, our championship leader, 2.5 seconds. A very impressive show from the Alpine today, as he will probably get P2 in this one. Sirth on track for a podium, by the way. Oh, saying that, I think he's just going to lose out to Thomas. Great race for Sirth though. Of course, where did we start in this one? Do have a very slow Haas. I think that's Corrupt. Albanov up 15 places as Corrupt has retired on the track, unfortunately. So Sirth will be up 6 places. He'll be on track for my drive of the day. Sirth at Albanov, definitely. Both been very impressive to watch out this race. But here comes Hilly as he rounds the final turn. Thomas gets another penalty, so that will be Sirth on the podium. Hilly crosses the line to win the race in Qatar for Tier 2. What an impressive victory it is for the McLaren once again. Ski claims P2. Thomas on the podium, but I think he might lose out to Sirth. He does. Sirth claims his first Slipstream podium, P3 in the Red Bull. What an impressive drive today from him as Albanov drops all the way down to P7 with his penalties. So I think my driver of the day has to go to Sirth. What an impressive drive from him. He'll be absolutely delighted with that one. Ev crosses the line in P14. And that has been it for Tier 2. Very interesting race. Some good racing going on. A few shenanigans, but it's racing at the end of the day. The game is not given cleanest driver. There we go. There is your classification for the race. Again, I'm going to give my driver of the day to Sirth for that one, claiming a very impressive podium. Shout out to Albanov, who started 19th as well. Lily getting P8. What a finish for Lily. Both Williams claiming 7th and 8th. Well done to Lily on that one. It's because Sirth got a podium, man. Gotta respect it. So that's been it for Tier 2. Thanks everyone for tuning in about 20 odd minutes or so. We'll be back for the Tier 1 race around Qatar. So if you have enjoyed, please drop a follow on all socials. Thanks for watching and goodbye.